NPS a lot of the time is a vanity metric. It's like judging a business purely on turnover, and not looking at profitability, right?
Yeah.
It's just
I think that's a good point about the profitability at the end of the day, right? Why we're doing all of these things, like the metrics, how do you tie? I think this is the gold in all of this, is if you can tie a set of metrics to actual revenue and profit, I think that's where you're kind of winning, aren't you? If you're seeing an upward trend because actually there's a change that you've made, and being able to track that. And if you're seeing a decline in revenue, again, does the metric represent that? Is a fair representation of that?
Yeah, again, it has to be relevant, okay? So if you're looking at things in a manner of driving more product sales or looking at some specific outcome that you're looking to achieve, you need to make sure your organization's geared up to actually, first of all, make sure the metric that you're getting is right, and it's measuring that particular set of data at the right point in time of that customer journey. That's absolutely critical. But then how and when do I need to make changes? How do I need to take those insights and do something with that data? And it goes back to how this kind of feeds into, from an industry perspective, how CX is evolving anyway. And the empowerment of being able to, the question I'd be asking at the C level is my empowerment to be able to do something with that data. And that might be a new project. It might be a new sales launch. It might be some feedback to product management. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's where the empowerment is, not just kind of presenting a vanity metric or a set of information that might tell you what you do or you don't want to hear. Yeah. It's what do I do with that that's important.
Yeah. And I think there's always a lot of politics at play as well. And when you get more deeper into a lot of these organizations, like, everybody's protecting their own job or their own roles. And
time.
Time, it is.
Time, yeah.
And that's a bend back to what's the culture in the organization? What's the strategy? Because CX is an ecosystem, right? It's not a single point on a journey. It affects everything that we do. So actually, it's in everybody's interest to understand what's the contribution around the table that drives this outcome, this measure, and the data underneath that measure. Because I would argue, the most important part of an NPS survey isn't the score. It's the box underneath that says, tell me why you gave us that score. That's where the gold is.
The verbatim,
That's
sure.
The verbatim. We're in a world now where technology is allowing us to transcribe calls in real time, pull out real contextualization, really helping us to understand tonality changes and pick up when customers are getting frustrated and assist the agents. That's all come. We've talked about that for a decade, but it's. I think the technology now is really making that more readily available and making it a reality. So if you've got all of those things going on, what you're also then seeing, going back to contact centers, and without going off topic, we'll come back in a second, but they're going for